Everybody of the vinyl community, John back. I've been keeping a bit of a low profile recently, suffering with lockdown fatigue and everything. Touch wood, I haven't caught the deadly virus yet and hope that I never will, but I think just generally the situation of isolation, staying at home, not really going out, not meeting anybody, it's kind of slowly bringing me down. As well, I think I'm finding it quite hard just being stuck at home with the family. You know, like everybody else, I love my family. My immediate family are great, my kids and my wife. But you know, I don't think it's natural to be in each other's faces all the time. And well, that's really what we're doing. You know, because the wife's working from home, kids are working from home with their school work and everything like that. And I just think, it's a difficult situation. One that I long to see the back of. And it's preventing me from really sort of being creative or anything like that. But I'm going to force myself into doing this because I want to answer Richard's questions. Quite nice questions, and it's nice to make a VC video that doesn't require showing any records or CDs or anything. It doesn't happen very often. Okay. So the first question that Richard asks is, what is more important to you, views or subscribers? That's a good question, one that I've thought about a lot. I'll start off by saying, really, I really don't like this whole grab for attention. You know, this sort of need that people feel that they've got to have to get more subscribers and things. I understand, it's nice to celebrate maybe when you go past a certain milestone, you know, you get to X amount of subscribers. I appreciate that. But what I think is really sad is when these things kind of overtake the purpose of someone's channel, and I've seen that happen so many times. Sooner or later, you know, you get people start a channel up, and you can feel their sort of drive, their interest in music and the records that they're collecting. And that's a lovely thing to see. You can see that there's a relatively new channel out there on the internet. There's a young guy in Australia who's changed his channel name a few times, unfortunately, but I believe he's hit upon this most recent one. Anyway, his name's Gabriel. Really nice guy, and you can really sort of feel this sense, this drive that he has for getting out there and collecting records. And hence he's got a channel, and that was sort of I think one of his names of his channel before, Thrill of the Chase or something like that. And it's great. You can really feel that sort of drive to want to talk about music and discover new things and that. And I see channels like that occasionally. But what I think is really sad is once they've been around for a while, sometimes they somehow get caught up with wanting more subscribers. I guess, when I started, I didn't know anything about subscribers. I didn't know that's what it was about. I just saw people talking on my computer, on the internet, about records, and I wanted to be part of that because I enjoyed listening to it and I wanted to kind of contribute to the discussion. And so when people were saying, I've subbed you in the messages, I didn't really know what that meant. In fact, I will even go as far as to say, it was probably only about a year or two ago that I understood that you could see how many times the video had been viewed. It just wasn't a factor for me. If I made a video about my new records or whatever, I was happy if I got 5 or 6 comments from people that I've sort of corresponded with previously, and I still am to a certain extent. I think it's when you start seeing these numbers and you sort of compare them with others that it's a dangerous slippery slope, and I guess that's why so many people get completely stuck on this idea of chasing subscribers and chasing views. it sort of almost becomes a primary thing, whereas I think it really should be a secondary or a tertiary issue with your channel. I think, you know, there's a lot more to be done through just focusing in on your channel and your content and what it is you're saying. Oh, so I didn't really answer the question, did I? What's more important to me, views or subscribers? I don't know, one in the same, aren't they, really? People aren't going to subscribe to my channel if they haven't viewed it, and I guess you might get people that would view it that haven't subscribed. Yeah, I don't know. I've never really considered it. I don't think either of them are important. So sorry, I can't really give you a straight answer. Do you have an optimum length to your videos? Well, in my mind, I try and stick to the around about 20-minute mark. I seldom get there. I think if my videos are going more than 20 minutes, I'm feeling a bit of anxiety, like it's a bit long. You know, no one's gonna have any interest to watch it. So I aim to try and keep it shorter than 20 minutes. But yeah, they're all different lengths. Sometimes I manage to get sort of 16, 17, 18 minutes. Sometimes I get 21, 22, 23. That's sort of in my mind, my target. Is it a chore making videos, or are you addicted to it? Do you still get nervous? It's not a chore, I suppose. Yeah, well, again, wishy-washy answer. Sorry about this, Richard. Because of my fatigue that I've been feeling through sort of lockdown fatigue, yeah, it's been a bit of a chore, and I've been happy just to sort of lay low and not get too involved in the VC over the past few weeks, just because. But normally, no, it's not a chore. Normally it's quite fun. I quite enjoy it. I've gone past the addiction. Yeah, in the first year or two, I think there probably was an addiction quality to it, and I got a lot out of it. It was, you know, a great thing to be involved in. Now I'm quite happy to be involved in it, but it's not the addiction that it once was. And I think as well, just with my situation, my time of life, it's quite hard to sort of listen to the music I'd like to, and that sort of, I think, reflects often in my videos. If I hadn't had chance to really have good quality listening time to the music that I'm going to show, I don't really have that much to say about it. So no, it can be quite good fun. And if there's, I don't like to get involved in too many threads or too many contests, because, well, you know, I don't know. I much prefer, I think, out of all the things on the VC, I prefer finding new channels, meeting new people, and getting to know people that are quite new to the VC. For me, that's the joy. In fact, most people that I know in the VC are ones that I've known from when they started, and sort of, you know, seen their channel grow from 5 to 10 subscribers and so on and so forth. And yeah, those are the people that I generally keep up with. There aren't many people that are sort of firmly established that I hook up with, that you know, that I then follow and keep up with. I mean, there are one or two, but not many. I much prefer the newer people when they start. I think, yeah, that's just the way it works for me. I don't get really nervous. No, I don't get nervous. Everyone's made their first video, and it's always quite wooden, and everybody. It's always a painful thing to watch that first video, because you think, oh no, I wouldn't have said that if I was going to do that now. But yeah, there you go. How do you react to bad, negative comments on your videos? I haven't really received that many, not that I can think of. Occasionally, once in a blue moon, something might come along. But no. Again, yeah, I'm not really someone that sort of keeps an eye out for thumbs up and thumbs down. Doesn't really make that much difference to me. So if I've had any thumbs down, I don't think I've ever seen them. Try not to make any statements that are going to rub people up the wrong way. But no, I can't really give you an answer because I haven't really had that much of experience in it. Do you ever buy records just to show on your channel? Yeah, definitely. And I'll say that because I think everybody must have experienced this. When you start with a VC and you're showing records regularly, and you're also watching people show records, and you're getting lots of tips and suggestions of things to listen to, that sort of thing. So I think if you have a VC channel, especially in the beginning, you kind of acquire more records just because it's so much more sort of in the forefront of your mind. I've collected records since I was a teenager, or since I was 13, and yeah, I've gone through periods in life where I've collected more records than others, depending on what's going on. Whereas now, since I've been part of the VC and sort of making videos, it's been much more of a constant sort of thing, I suppose. Yeah, so I'll have to say yes to that. How would you like to improve your channel? I would like to improve my channel. How would I like to improve my channel? I don't know. I don't know if I'd like to improve my channel, but I would like to improve my opportunity to listen to music and to enjoy it much more. And I think by doing that, I would improve my channel, because I would have so much more experience to pull from when I'm talking about records that I'm showing. I got quite a lot of new records in recent months, not through going out digging, because you can't because of lockdown, but I've bought a few things through Discogs, and they're all records that would require me to spend a lot of time listening to, and I'm really looking forward to one day being able to do that. When I'm sharing a house and working space with my wife and children, it's just not appropriate, It's no good me putting on some kind of obscure prog album that really does require some good listening time. It just wouldn't work. So I don't have that many hours in the day where I can really enjoy music. So to improve my channel, I'd like to improve, my listening time and space. And again, I think that's something that hopefully will pick up after lockdown, when people can go back to work, back to school, go out freely without being afraid of, breaking the law and that sort of stuff. Yeah, in terms of software, so I just use the software that's comes through with Windows. It works for me. It's not, it is fairly basic. It's not advanced or anything like that. And I don't know, I haven't really explored it, if there's sort of more possibilities. Yeah, one day I'd like to perhaps use something a bit better. I actually spent a bit of time learning digital video editing. Adobe Premiere, I used to use that a long time ago, but I don't have it on my computer, and I'd have to learn it all over again because it's such a long time ago. What are your thoughts on live streams? It can be fun. It's not really something that I want to do myself, but I've been part of one or two of them. They're not that many. I guess it's sort of all part of the development, isn't it, of this sort of software that we use, and the platforms online. I'm not really someone that uses social media. I don't jump on these things just because that's what the latest fad is. I've heard a few people talking about some other kind of stuff going on. sort of different platforms where they have groups. I couldn't tell you what they're called. Maybe I'll see if I can find out what they are and write them here. I don't really feel the need to be part of that. I'm making videos about records on YouTube, full stop. It doesn't need to develop. I don't need to get on the latest bit of social media software. It doesn't bring anything more to me, so I just don't get involved in it. What is your most viewed video, and are you surprised? That's a good question. I think, and if I'm wrong again, I'll correct myself here, but I think it's the one where I ask, what is your lowest Beatles White Album number? It wasn't intentional. I didn't sort of make that because I knew, oh, I was going to get a lot of views. There was a French guy, I think he still makes videos, I can't remember, but he made a video quite early on in his channel, and he just asked that question. So my video was really a response, because I think I got 3 or 4 copies of the White Album, and I pulled them all out and showed them and looked at what the numbers were. But for whatever reason, that video gets most views, and yeah, so that's the one that I'm thinking of. I think that's my most viewed video. Am I surprised? Well, in hindsight, no. I can see why that would be a big popular one. Have you ever made a video where you have not been wearing trousers? Oh yeah, all the time. Generally don't film my lower half, I film my upper half. Last question. How long do you intend to make videos? I have no plans to stop. I'll continue on until I enjoy it. It's funny to think that there have been people that have started and finished with the VC already before I discovered it. You know, you look on YouTube and sometimes you see people that were having the same kind of discussions and chats and showing similar kind of records to what perhaps we do now, but this was 10 years ago and they've already stopped and disappeared, sort of thing. And that's bound to always happen, isn't it? Whereas there are some people that have been there for a long time and they kind of seem to be integral to the VC. I'm thinking of your Derricks and many people that sort of have got a long history in the VC. I always think it would be interesting to chart, really, the amount of people there are, where they're sort of based, different countries around the world, and see, who started when. Because often when you see people and they've been making videos before, before you start, the assumption is, oh, they've been right from the beginning. But no, I think very few of us have. I think it's an interesting point that people start, they have a period, and then they slack off or just simply stop. There you go. But I've got no plans to do that. I quite enjoy doing this, and unless YouTube closes one day or for some freak reason I don't have any records to show or talk about, then other than that, I'm going to keep on making videos. Right. There's my answers to these questions, Richard. Interesting idea. I'm going to try and make a response video to George Allen now, I think. But otherwise, thanks very much. I'm going to edit this down to cut out a lot of the rambling that I've been doing. And good to see you all. Thanks very much. Check out my next video. Bye.